Yeah, the fanatic. Where we keep it 100, keep it real. That's the only way we know how to be. Talking that sports talk. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of South Carolina, upstate, A64. Yeah, TFANATTIC. The fanatic where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call what.
Welcome into the Fanatic Sports Show for sports fans by sports fans. It's your boy Coach I, and you know I got the stat guy with me. What's up, stat guy?
Hey, what's good tonight, Coach?
Hey man, we rocking and rolling, man. Hey, you know my dog's coming off a big win against the Volunteers. It was it was a good game. The Mother Nature tried to intervene for about half of the third quarter, half of the fourth quarter. So, but nonetheless, we came out with a big win. And on to this week where the Volunteers are trying to rebound and take on the Missouri Tigers, man. Let's just recap college football week 10 right quick for both of these teams, man. Missouri took a hard-fought loss to the Kentucky Wildcats. You know what I'm saying? Kentucky do what they do, man. They end up finding a way to pull it out 21-17. Missouri played good defense as they always do. And then Tennessee, of course, it was that and the Alabama LSU, probably the most notable games other than the Clemson Notre Dame at nighttime as well, where you had some high-profile guys lose. You had Alabama lose, Tennessee took an L to Georgia, and Clemson lost to Notre Dame in big fashion. What did you feel about Week 10, man?
Yeah, man. Well, to recap on that Missouri game, did you see any of the highlights, or did you see the end of that game?
It was kind of crazy. I didn't catch all of it. You know me, I got 4 or 5 screens going at the time. I had a feel Kentucky was going to pull it out, though.
I'm shocked. I truly believe the SEC missed one. And maybe I could be wrong, and hopefully the comments can let us know. But my understanding of the rule is if the ball hits the ground, whether bounce back to the punter or over the punter's head, roughing the punter is no longer a thing. It's free reign to go and kill the man with the ball. He turned and booted it. It was a good play by the Missouri defender to go for the block. I thought it was a horrendous call to throw the flag on it. I really wanted Missouri to get a shot to see if they could go and win the football game. But, hey, they threw the flag, and Kentucky ran out the clock on them. But I thought Missouri got cheated out of a final possession there. Not saying that Missouri would have scored or anything, but I definitely would have liked to see them with the ball and given the chance for it.
That's right, man. And on the other side, man, just a quick recap. I think I called a 42-28 score, a 14-point win for the Dogs. Dogs did get the 14-point win, but neither of the teams reached my final score predictions because I think Georgia was on their way and Tennessee could have been on their way to scoring a couple of times. Mother Nature intervened. It didn't have any bearing on the outcome of the game because it was 24-6 at halftime, and Georgia put together about a 6-7 minute drive even once the rain started, about 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Then the rain let up again, so Georgia had a good plan prepared. They did what I was saying, unlike a lot of people, it's like, oh, we got to worry about the passing game. You got to stop Tennessee's run, man. Tennessee's run is like, if you're talking in boxing terms, Tennessee's run game is like the body blows. And then once they see you on the ropes, man, they just hit you. They just hit you with those knockout punches, with those post routes and go routes, with those great wide receivers that they had. So, nevertheless, the Dogs take the victory in Athens in between the hedges, man. Now Tennessee moves on. They're still in a good spot, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, here they got Missouri. I think they got Vanderbilt. And they got one more team. It's escaping me right now. But South Carolina, that's right. So if Tennessee wins out, which they will be favored to do, I think they're sitting pretty to go to the playoffs unless TCU holds strong and wins the Big 12 unscathed. I think Tennessee's still sitting pretty, man, to go to the playoffs. So let's talk about that Missouri offense versus that Tennessee defense. The Missouri offense has been less than pleasurable to watch this season. They in like the 15 to 25 range of scoring. They don't get beat by a lot other than the Kansas State loss, but they just can't score a lot of points. What are the numbers looking like on that Missouri offense?
They average 23 points a game, 146 a game on the ground, a little over 200 through the air. I mean, it's not a fun offense to watch. But luckily their defense is good enough to keep them in football games and keep it close for their offense to make a play or two. But yeah,
That's right.
that Missouri offense is not like something that I would like to pay money to go and see live and in person.
That's right, man. I mean, they did put up 16 on the Dogs when the Dogs traveled out there to Missouri. The Dogs, had a couple of fumbles in the first half, but Missouri made them punt. And even though they was getting, they got a couple of field goals and a touchdown. They just don't do well altogether. And Tennessee has a really great run defense. They got a good red zone defense. So even if you can move the ball in between the 20s, I think they're 13th in red zone defense, 9th in rush defense, or it might be flipped on both of those stats. So, and Missouri hasn't shown a propensity to be able to air the ball out or anything. So, listen.
Well, I was going to say the one thing Missouri does have going for them in playing Tennessee is I'm pretty sure me and you could go out there and one of us play QB and we could connect and move the ball in between the 20s on that Tennessee defense. They are giving up 335 yards through the air, but that run defense is stifling. They've proved that all year long. And so I could see Missouri moving the ball, but, man, inside the 20, Tennessee just doesn't give it up.
Yeah, I can see that if they had a competent passing attack. I don't know. Kentucky's passing attack wasn't that competent, and in Tennessee, picked them off 3 times. The difference between the Kentucky game and the Georgia game, Georgia has a competent passing attack, so they was able to take advantage of Zero for Tennessee. I don't know his last name. He moved from safety to DB corner in that Kentucky game. He caused 2 of those 3. If I'm not mistaken, 2 of those 3 interceptions. But then when he played against Georgia, he got matched up a couple of times one-on-one with Ladd McConkey, and that's just not good for him, you know what I'm saying, because Ladd McConkey is very, very fast. But I don't know, man. I think Tennessee, listen, this game could go 2 ways. Tennessee could be still emotionally down after riding high and having to come down a little bit, or they could be pissed off, you know what I'm saying? And that could be bad for Missouri. But let's go over to that Tennessee offense, man, who, hey, if it goes the way I think it's going to go from the Dog Nation, Missouri, I want to say apologies up front because that Tennessee offense is going to be looking to make a statement. And they definitely got the playmakers to do it. Jalen Hyatt, Brew McCoy, Tillman, Smalls, even the running back, he uncharacteristically had a fumble, but that was because of the rain. I mean, we gave it right back to him when Branson Robinson fumbled. But that offense is going to be looking to put up massive points. And you probably got the numbers, but I do know that Missouri is a top 13 yards per game defense in the nation. They're a top 20 red zone defense. So let me know the actual official numbers on that Missouri defense before we talk about the Tennessee offensive numbers.
Yeah, so you're looking at a Tennessee defense that only gives up 21 points a game, which is huge when you have a team only scoring 23 a game for your defense to keep you in it.
But you mean the Missouri defense? You said
defense, yeah. The Missouri defense is only giving up 21 a game, and that's what they need because they don't have that potent offense. Their offense only scores 23 a game. So you have a defense.
That's kind of how their games have been going, though, like 24-17, 21-17. So you're right.
But you're looking at a run defense, 111 yards a game, only giving up 192 through the air. So, I mean, they're doing the things they need to do to control the game and kind of muck it up a little bit and get it ugly and kind of get people out of their play styles. But, man, flipping the page, you want to talk about one of probably the 5 best offenses in college football, you're looking at it with Tennessee, right? I mean, 45 points a game. It doesn't matter. I mean, we can talk about the 60s they hung on some of the other teams, but outside of that 13 spot against Georgia, they put up points on everybody at an alarming rate. And so you're looking at 187 yards on the ground. You're looking at over 300 yards through the air, putting up like 530 a game. I mean, just amazing stats across the board from an offense that, like you said, the passing game and the Jalen Hyatts and now Tillman's back, they get the notoriety. But it is that ground game, and their rushing attack is those body jabs that soften you up. And as soon as they catch you sucking wind, they start throwing haymakers left and right.
Yeah, and I think I want to make a correction. That Missouri defense, their rush defense is top 13. It's not their red zone defense. Their red zone defense is just kind of average at best, but their rush defense, which is what they're going to need. They're going to need, I mean, listen, Tennessee's offense, pass-wise, you're going to give up some yards, but if you don't handle that run defense, it's going to get ugly very quick. And that includes Hendon Hooker as well. I mean, Hendon Hooker was able to gain some yards here and there on Georgia. He's not a super athletic guy, but he can run with it, you know what I'm saying, when he needs to. So Missouri's going to have to focus on that. I think that's where a lot of defensive coordinators go wrong. They go in thinking, hey, we got to stop all these wide receivers. Well, before you even get to the wide receivers, you don't stop that run game, then you might as well just get off the field because they're just going to score at will. So, man, with that said, let's get to those predictions, man. Give me the over, under, and the spread for this game. I would be shocked if this spread is below 20.
So then no need to throw on your shock face because Tennessee is favored by the full 3 tutties. Tennessee's the 21-point favorite at home with an over-under of 56.5.
Okay. Well, you know, I think if I'm not mistaken, this is a 12 o'clock game in Neyland Stadium. The crowd's going to be loud regardless, but not as loud as the Bama game at home at night. And road teams, you know, sometimes can jump out to a decent start at those noon snoozer games. And for Missouri's sake, I'm thinking they're thinking they need to be thinking anyway that Tennessee is going to be on kind of a emotional, you know, downward trend after, you know, being number one in the initial CFP and then losing. But I don't know. We'll see what Josh Heupel has this team like. If Missouri is going to do anything, they're probably going to do it in the first half because even if Tennessee comes into the game, they, you know, kind of on the lag, they'll wake up real quick, and then, you know, we already know how fast that offense can score. So 21 points, and what did you say the over-under was?
6.5.
56.5. Let's see, Missouri can't score. So, like, even if Tennessee was lulling, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all you got to do is put up about 24, and then you pretty much guaranteed the game against Mizzou. I'm going with Tennessee to cover. I think they may start out a little slow on the first couple of drives, but after they, you know, get it going, I think they'll get it going in a big way. I got Tennessee 38-10.
All right, so I gotta make a couple comments before I give you my prediction. Tennessee fans, I was dead wrong about the Kentucky game. My apologies. Also, Tennessee fans, I gotta apologize. I gave y'all the kiss of death last week by picking y'all to upset Georgia. A lot of y'all were excited in the comments that I picked you. Clearly, that was not the move, and maybe y'all should have been weary of that kiss of death. But look, Missouri can't score. They're coming to Neyland. Y'all are pissed off, and the playoffs are still in front of you. I'll be honest, after the 6 sacks that Georgia had against Hendon Hooker last weekend, I still think he's kind of in that top 2 for the Heisman. But the gap definitely closed a little bit. This is his Heisman weekend right here. He's going to put up huge numbers. I have the score very similar to you with an extra touchdown. I got Tennessee winning this game 45-10.
Okay, and with the Heisman thing, what helped Hendon in that Heisman race is that C.J. Stroud actually ran for more yards than he passed for. So C.J. Stroud was one of the bigger, if not the biggest, proponent in that race. Caleb Williams, though, out on the West Coast is still, you know, doing Caleb Williams type stuff. And I mean, as we mentioned when we do TCU videos, man, Duggan should be getting some love, but the national media is not really giving him love. So you're right, Hooker may be still in that race. But like you said, he's going to have a couple of Heisman moments. The problem is, I mean, it's like Heisman moment for the schedule laying in front of him is just throwing for a lot of yards. You know what I'm saying? Or rushing for a lot of yards. It's not like he's going to be It just, hey man, just what I'm saying. He's not going to be in a situation where he has to bring them back from behind or anything like that. So,
This is what we like to call garbage time, and it's time to pad the stats.
yeah. Now, and who knows how much they'll pad it, but the good thing is, you're right. Like we said at the beginning of the video, I think they're squaring the playoff race when we're recording this on Monday, November 7th, and I put my prediction or what I would do with the CFP out on Twitter yesterday, and when it comes out tomorrow night, I'm pretty sure Tennessee's going to be number 5, right in front of Oregon. It'll be like Georgia. I put Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, TCU, then Tennessee. I put Michigan because I think Ohio State's a better team, just quickly, but Michigan's run game travels in any weather. So if it's any kind of inclement weather, whether it's snow, rain, or hard wind, Ohio State has a problem moving the ball. So that's neither here nor there as far as Tennessee. But Tennessee's right there at number 5, and Michigan and Ohio State has to play each other. So, I mean, there's that. Shout out to the Tennessee fans, man. That was here on the video, man. Like I say, they do the good trash talking. The Tennessee fans on Twitter. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with those guys. Listen, I guess, all the winds have gone to their head. They can't see reality or whatever it is. But shout out to the Tennessee fans that watch our channel. Y'all get in the comments, man. Let us know how bad you think you're going to beat Missouri. Do you think it'll be a hangover from last week's loss, or does Missouri feel the full wrath? And Missouri, do you think you have if your defense can hold them under 30, let's say you hold them to 28, can your offense score 28 to even be in this game? I don't think it's going to happen, but hey, let us know. For the Stat Guy, Coach Ice, Fan Addict,
Peace.
Got it jumping like it's that valley. I call my dogs out the pound, let's go eat. Turn on the fan addict, let's have a debate. Who really hold down the Southeast from state to state? What team hungry gonna eat everything up off they plate?